left off. This is, just in case you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, this is a message about how a relationship is going to strongly and drastically change in 3 days after this full to new moon, after this full moon cycle. We're having a full moon in Taurus, and this storyline is talking about a couple or a partnership or a connection that, is about to go through a large transformation. One party was more in an energy of like dating around, prancing and romancing, going out clubbing, interacting with a lot of different people. And spirit is almost like calling judgment on this person. They've taken the piss, they've done too much. And now they're being called to sit with everything they've done. They're being called to look at their future, and they're being called to rise up to this connection that they are being called to be in. I'm speaking about how this person has largely been intoxicated through the experience. Through this experience, they've been largely intoxicated. They have been removed from their self, from their consciousness, from their spirit. And how they're about to have a very sobering moment. I was saying that one day they're going to wake up and they are going to look at their life. They're likely going to look around the room and they're going to bawl their eyes out because they haven't been taking care of themselves. They haven't been taking care of their environment. Their life is kind of like all over the place, and it's going to be like, what the hell? Like, where have I been? They may even feel like they're just landing back on Earth. Because they've just been doing so much. They may wake up and find that everyone that they care about and everyone that care about them, like, they're nowhere to be found. It's literally an energy of like, what the hell am I doing? It's that moment when people wake up and they realize that they're like destroying themselves, destroying their life, and they're destroying everybody that they care about. They weren't able to see that because they were so caught up in this energy. They were literally intoxicated. Either by lust, by highs, or literally by like drugs and alcohol. I know that this is going to be a very intense experience for whoever this is, because they have spent so much time not being sober that when they finally are sober, there might be weeks and months of life that they have to sit down and like look back on, and they're going to be like, what the F? I'm noticing that the 4th house is here, which speaks about our emotional world, our emotional needs, our emotional stability. It speaks about family. So not only has this person, like, I feel like disrespected themselves, disrespected their divine partner, whether they know the person or not. They're now coming back to their internal world, because with the 9th house here, they have been they've been all over the place. They've been all over the place. And it's like now they're coming back home. This could even be someone who literally went on vacation. And they're coming back home and they're going to have a very sobering moment. Like I said previously, they weren't worrying about they didn't care about if they were going to speak to someone the next day. They didn't care about if a relationship or a connection was going to manifest into anything. Like, they were just having experiences. Like, that's how they were looking at life. Like, it's fun for the moment, it's fun for the time, and that's all I'm caring about. All I'm caring about is the emotional high of something. But then this changes, and like I said, they're going to have this vision. They're going to be like, what do I want? What am I doing with my life? What's the purpose of this connection or relationship? With the 7 of Swords and the Empress, which is really crazy because, okay. The 7 of Swords comes under the 3 of Cups. So yeah, for some people, this person, and I just want to say here, there's a happy ending to this story. At the end of the day, it's going to be your decision about what you want to do with this connection or with this person, because they are having a come into God moment. They are having a moment with their heart, but they've definitely been lying and keeping secrets about what they've actually been doing and who they've actually been connecting with. It's like partying at night, and when they wake up in the day, they're trying to live a whole different life. Quite frankly here, with the 7 of Swords and the Empress card, This is literally either a man who is lying to his empress, his divine counterpart, his partner, the woman that has his heart, because it doesn't have to be that you guys are in a relationship. It just could be that you're the person that holds this person's heart. What I'm noticing though with this Empress card, there's blue flames on the back of her throne. You are very intuitive. You are very aware. It's very likely that whatever this person shares, you were already expecting. Like, it's not a surprise to you. Like, oh yeah, you were in Cabo doing that? Okay. Yeah, I had a dream about it. And that's the game here. For some of you guys, this is going to be like a very intense karma that this person is going to have to deal with. Like I said, when I say this is a sobering moment, I don't just mean it literally in regards to like drugs and alcohol. Like, this could be smoking, this could be drinking, this could be, like I said, being high on romance and lust. They have a lot to deal with. Yeah, I'm noticing that there's a chicken, there's a rooster, 2 of them in this card. And you know that in the morning, because one of the words that I got was morning glory. When that chicken goes off, you know, and it makes its noise and it's morning time and they have to like wake up and look at the sunlight, they're going to realize that, hey, life is not the way that I left it. Oh no. For some of you Empresses, you have literally done some like cord cutting, some releasing, some manifesting. Like, they're going to come back and they're going to realize that you're on a whole different... For some of you guys, this is almost like someone coming back to their hometown and realizing that the person that they love has gotten up and left. If it's not physically, it's emotionally. Because like I said, the Empress was in tune. She may not have known exactly what was going on, but she was very, very well aware that something was off. There's many heartbreaks that this person is actually going to experience and go through. This has the opportunity to transform them, but this is going to be their decision at the end of the day. It's also going to be the Emperor or the Empress that's on the other side of this decision of whether they want to work with this person, take them back, heal the situation. Because like I said, for some of you guys, this person literally is like about to unpack the last few months of their life, last few years of their life, and like have a whole like verbal diarrhea kind of situation. I don't know why I'm getting eclipse energy, but it's like literally, it's almost like, you know, in like movies or whatever, when the light flashes before someone's eyes, it's literally like that. It's almost like they're gonna like God is gonna give them this very deep and intense revelation. And it's gonna bring out a lot of emotion for them. Because they absolutely see what they've done wrong, where they've gone wrong, why they've done it, who they've hurt, and how they've destroyed their life in such a drastic way. With the Empress card, she already had soul recognition about this lover situation. She knew that this was her person. She knew that this was divine. But the other person just wanted to be at the bar, like having a great time. This is, you know what? Okay, I'm getting literally the movie The Hangover. Like, you know how with every hangover, someone's like getting married? This is crazy. And they're not able to show up because like they got so drunk on the night before with their friends, with their pals, 3 of Cups, shooting the breeze, just doing whatever. Yeah, and they make it at the end of the day, which is very reminiscent of this whole reading. Yeah, they make it, they get there. But at what cost? But just like the Hangover, they have so many different experiences. Like, there's so much... Experiences should equate to like lessons and learning and growth. So by the time they show up, like, they're not the same person that they were before they went on the trip. Even though this Empress or Emperor like has been slightly aware of this, they've already started to detach, they've already started to move on, they're back sitting on their throne. There is still a certain level of pain that she has because this is a soul level bond, so there has been a connection here. And she's not only just like crying for herself. What's so interesting in this card is like, look at her posture. It's almost like somebody telling someone like, hey, I've messed up. This is what I've done. I love you. I care about you. Da 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 da. And she's just like, Like, it's a disappointed and a fed up energy, but she's also kind of like stoic at the same time. But then she's also kind of like crying at the same time. The whole time she's still manifesting, right? Because she's stirring her cauldron. So this shows me as well that this Empress has been using this whole situation as fuel. Like, this person doesn't understand that this person has already set things into motion. Like, again, they've already moved on. They're already setting things into motion. They're actively creating. They're actively manifesting. While this person has just been off on some sort of rendezvous, this person's actually been in reality. This gives me a scenario where, like, someone was living with someone. The person was just, like, not, doing what they needed to do. So they're like, all right, cool. I am going to move out of this house. I'm going to take all my stuff. I've rented a place in a whole different parish, whole different country, whole different borough, whole different city, whole different state, whole different island. Like, the ticket for the plane is already bought. The ticket for my train, it leaves at 7 p.m. Like, you're a little too late. But there's still this sadness. And it's something so weirdly divine about this situation. Like, wow, what's the chances that you finally come to when I'm about to, like, I just packed up my life and I'm catching this train at 7 p.m. tonight. And at 3 p.m., you're pouring out your heart to me. And you've come to these conclusions that you should have come to months ago, weeks ago, even days ago. And you know what she's going to realize? The reason that this person didn't is because, like we said with the first messages, there's a new cycle. The World card is here. The Justice card is here. This cycle, whatever cycle, it's done. It's ended. This person is on to the next level, to the new level of their life. And I feel like if this person was to have showed up, it would have deterred her, because remember what I said in the first reading. There's a bigger picture. Like, this relationship is only a microcosm of the actual bigger energy that's at play, which is there is a new cycle that has just begun. Life is not going to be the same in every single way. So if this person would have came to these conclusions, they would have set this person back. This person is on to their next leg of the journey, because let's remember, this is about the chosen. This is about God's divinely guided ones. This girl or man, they have a mission. They have things to do. This person, they neglected their mission. They just threw that crap off and it's like, yeah, I'm going on a 5-week vacation with the boys and I'm going to just do whatever I want. This person has a whole lot of strength. They've had to intuitively tap into what's happened. They've had to heal their heart alone. They've had to be realistic and honest about what they know is happening, even if they don't have all the details. They've had to gather the strength and the power to pack up. They've had to gather the strength and the power to move forward and to start a new cycle. Like, they've had to do a lot. Let's not forget, though, that, like I said, for some of you guys, this is a person from your past. So that's what this whole storyline would like. If it's you and it's a person from your past, you'll resonate with all of this. But let's not forget, regardless, this is a new cycle of relationship that's coming through. So this Empress, yeah, she has an Emperor. And for some people, that's what this Empress or Emperor is going to find out is like, I've met my divine counterpart. I've already stepped into connection with somebody else. I've met someone who can show up in a way that you never did. I've moved on. This is karma for the other person. Because the whole time they were having fun and not doing the work, this person was doing the hard work. This person still stayed on the path. They did it alone, and they went on the journey. And this is their karmic reward. For a lot of people, this is going to be the person that this person marries. Someone has likely just met their husband. With the Three of Wands and the Justice card, someone's karma literally is another person moving on. It's another person expanding. It's another person moving to their next level of life without this person. And again, a lot of this feels very unspoken. And that's the crazy thing about it. while they were neglectful, this person also neglected to tell them, hey, yeah, I'm moving to a new country, I've got a new job, I've got a new partner. I mean, I haven't heard from you for however long, so I didn't think that I needed to fill you in. The way that this is going is like very precise, so let's see what happens next. Oh, right, that's the other part. With the Seven of Swords and the Empress, what this is also saying is someone was being dishonest to themselves and also the other person, that they were in love with them, that they were completely in love with them, and that they knew that this was their wife or husband. They never told this person that. They were trying to run from it. They were trying to hide it, and they were trying to paint it as something else. I don't know exactly why that was the case, because for you guys, it's going to be a lot of different, like, you know, reasons and everything like that, but like, they made this person feel like they were not loved. They made this person feel like they had no emotion for them. The whole time they're looking at them like, oh my God, this is going to be the mother of my child. This is going to be my wife. And I think that's why they had so much security and felt that they could do whatever they wanted to do, because this person was supposed to be their wife. This was supposed to be the mother of their child. This could have been. But they've neglected it all. Like God says, faith without works is dead. You can't just believe that this person is your wife, not tell them that you love them, go live your own life, like do whatever you want, and just think like we're soulmates, we're divinely guided, like she's obviously going to be there. God will raise another one. God will absolutely raise another one. There's many people that will be lining up to like to love this Empress. So now part of what is sobering for them is like they feel trapped, they feel stuck. And like I said, this person is moving through, they are healing, because we're going from the Seven of Swords to the Eight of Swords. So they may feel stuck with this truth. They may feel trapped about this truth. They may not know how to express or communicate this truth. And they may feel like it doesn't make sense now to communicate this truth because they know that this person is moving on or has moved on. Because a lot of this is about, I don't know why I'm hearing jealousy and envy, because that's not what I was going to say, but that could resonate for some of you guys. This was largely about selfishness and ego. This person is wounded and did not want to give this Empress like too much. So even now, it's like, for some of you guys, this person is going to be like, well, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to give her karmic justice because she's moving on anyway. Or I'm not going to give her karmic justice because she seems fine. I'm not going to risk my emotions and my ego and let her know how I feel. Then we have the Nine of Cups. This person feels like, well, this person looks happier without me. They look content. They look fine. They will be all right. Kind of energy. The thing about this is, right, so there is going to be some like withdrawal, there's going to be some stuckness, there's going to be some like, you know, this person is going through a lot internally. With the Ten of Wands, if this person does not communicate this thing, God is literally going to, it's almost like wreak havoc on their emotional, mental, and energetic world until they communicate what they need to communicate. Because we all have contracts with each other, and there are certain things that you have to do. So it's almost like they're going to be tormented until they give this Empress what they need to give them. They're going to be in a room full of people, and they're going to feel alone. People might be like, hey, hello. Like they're with their friends, and they're just zoned out. And people's going to start saying this. People's going to start being like, are you all right? Like, are you okay? Because remember, before they were partying, they were living life like, but now that their consciousness has come back, they can't be in those spaces in the same way. They're like in the club up against the wall. Sad, frustrated, depressed. Thinking about their Empress. I wonder where she is. I wonder if... You know what it's giving? It's like hotline bling. Oh my God. They were so used to a routine. How does it go? Wonder if she's bending over backwards for someone else. Wonder if she's running up them backwards for someone else. Doing shit I taught you, getting nasty with someone else. You don't need no one else. You don't need nobody else. No. That's what this person is going to be thinking. They're going to feel stuck in their life. They're going to experience a lot of anxiety. They're going to have like reoccurring thoughts, playing stuff out that they can't get away from. They can't get over. Their vision is going to be very blocked. Their mind is going to be very cloudy. And energetically, they're just not going to have the energy. Like, everything is just going to feel like too much. COVID is going to be very significant in regards to this relationship. If this is someone from your past, you likely were with them during COVID, or at least knew them during COVID. So anyway, this person will reach out. And it's very likely they're going to do it in a very like platonic or unassuming way. 3 of Pentacles gives like, oh, hey, like, would you help me? Because it's very likely for some of you guys that you have had practical reasons to connect with this person other than emotional. So say that one of you had a business and the other one patronized the business. They might reach out in regards to that. They're just going to try to reach out in a very platonic way. They're going to test the water. They're going to test the energy. However, look at the energy you're coming through with. Queen of Swords. This person is going to try to avoid this with all their might, and they're not going to be able to. They're going to come in trying to act like, oh, like, you know, whatever the practical reason is. Or even just like, hey, how are you doing? Are you doing okay? They may even come in when they see that you're definitely moving forward in life. For some of you guys, it's going to be when you get a new job. They're going to come through on the practical vibe, and then they're going to try to make it. They're just going to kind of almost try to wiggle their way back in, but they are not going to be able to. Because with the Queen of Swords, especially by this time, this person has moved out of the Empress. They're no longer the Empress in regards to this person. They're not the Queen of Swords. So this person has given this other person so much time to make emotional distance from the situation that if they were to come in and see, again, this is all protection for the Empress. Just like I said before, if this person did what they were supposed to do in the time that they were supposed to do it, the Empress might not have booked that train to start that new life, to have that new beginning, to have a life of more pleasure and abundance and joy and experience. Because this other relationship would have held them back. And so again, they're going to give this Empress so much time that she becomes the Queen of Swords, where she has no emotion for the person. She's emotionally distanced to such a high level that this is not, the thing that they were trying to avoid is what they're going to run into anyway. Because the Queen of Swords with the Ace of Swords, yeah, this person has words for you. This person has words. And it's probably going to look like this. Oh, okay, so you think that I don't know that you're showing up now because I have a new job and I have a new partner and I'm moving on and I'm healthy, and you think that I don't know what you did in Cabo, and like, this person's going to read this person their rights. It's not going to be pretty. So whereas they had an opportunity to offer up this information to this person and be like, hey, I'm sorry, this is what I've done, da da da, this is how I feel, and they didn't do it. Now they're, and that would have been like a softer kind of way, they are going to have the woman or the man basically tell them like, oh yeah, I know that this happened and that you're only da 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 and da da da, like, and it's gonna feel so uncomfortable because this woman just knows. With the Moon card, they may be freaked out. Yep. With the Moon card and the Star card, you're about to teach this person. Because again, being the divine, being chosen, you're very intuitive, you're very close to God. I don't need you to communicate what you've been doing because I already got that resource from the moon and the stars. I got it from the universe, I got it through my dreams, I got it cosmically, I got it intuitively. With the moon and the star card, this person is divine justice. When God speaks a word, it doesn't return to him void. So what he said is going to happen is going to happen. It doesn't matter how much you try to run away from this contract. What's needed to be communicated will be communicated. What's needed to be heard is going to be heard. What's needed to be said is going to be said. And what's done is going to be done. This person is going to be like very spooked because there's going to be such a spiritual element to this. Even the way that their life is playing out, it's going to almost feel like it's just going to get very spiritual, very mystical. This might even be the thing that makes this person acknowledge spirituality, acknowledge their intuition, and acknowledge that there's more to life. After this communication takes place, there is going to be a window of time that feels kind of void. This whole process could go from the Taurus full moon to the waxing crescent to the next full moon. There may be a void feeling, an uneasy feeling, an uncomfortable feeling after this thing is communicated, but then there's healing with the Star card. There's healing, there's understanding, there's faith. There's a lightness that returns. Even though these words may be sharp, this person is still going to have emotions, still going to have feelings for this person, and that actually might be their karma. Their karma might be that they're going to be in love with this person for a very long time. All the things that they ran from and didn't feel while she had to or he had to feel all of it, they're going to have to feel. I just noticed for the first time in this card, it is pouring raining. That's a cloudy sky. They may even have to be plagued with seeing everybody else in love, like constantly being bombarded with this energy of love and feeling so much love in their heart, but not being able to be with the person that they love. And that's a really, really sad, fate. With the Three of Swords, this just confirms they are going to truly be heartbroken. I'm also noticing that it's raining in this card. There may be a period of time that's going to be significant where it's going to rain for like 3 days straight. This is going to be a very rude awakening. Like I said, it's sobering. It's like being slapped awake. And you're in the Arctic tundra. It's cold as hell. You're by yourself with no blanket, with no clothes. And you're forced to feel the whole magnitude of what you've done, of the karma. However, this will get to a period of time where things balance out. It may even get to a period of time where, oh, this person might even reach out for help. They may come through again in a very humble energy. Because they're going to feel like they're getting bad karma, like they're going to feel like their life is cursed, and that the only thing they can do is come and be honest and ask that you would like release the curse. However, you have not cursed them. It's actually life itself. And it's also not a curse, it's just literally karma. And it will be granted. They'll be released. But not after or not before this whole entire scenario plays out. I'm getting that they're still going to wander through life for a certain period of time, just feeling kind of strange, just feeling kind of like, what the hell just happened? Feeling a little off-put, not quite having a direction, because their whole life was built and centered around you and what they were going to have. This person definitely had this mindset of like, you know, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. Yeah, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. I'm going to show up. I'm still going to be able to have this person. Like, it's going to be fine. I can take this time out for myself. It's cool. Then we're going to like get married. We're going to have the kids. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Like, they planned a whole part of their life around this connection. They never ever acknowledged a reality where they weren't going to have this. So they're going to be left kind of like picking up the pieces, having to figure out what happens next. Like, they don't even know what they like or who they like outside of you. And unfortunately, nothing is going to do it for them for quite some time. Yeah, they'll have connections. Yeah, they'll connect with people, but there's going to be a very long time where they're almost going to take it out on other people that they can't have you. They'll be there, but they'll be there hardly. It'll be a very void energy. Let's pull one final card. Let's pull one final card. Yeah, they're going to be kicking rocks. Can you give us one card to conclude this energy? What's the last thing? What's the final takeaway? Wow, beautiful. The Sun card. This is going to be a learning experience for everyone. And at the end of the day, there will be healing. There will be light. There will be clarity. It's going to come back. There will be freedom. There will be peace. And, you know, for a lot of you, or for whoever this person is, they were in a very murky period of their life. Like, they had a lot of karmic, a lot of healing energy, a lot of debts, a lot of just gunk in their energy. By the time this whole process finishes, again, they're going to be released. They're going to have more clarity about themselves. They're going to be able to be their more true self. And at the end of the day, this whole process was about healing. This almost gives me like Plutonic initiation. Like, it's not going to start off pretty. It's not going to feel pretty. But at the end of the day, look how beautiful this card is. And they'll still have a guardian. I'm hearing they're going to have to get very acquainted with feminine energy. Like, I just feel like the emotional world is totally going to open up and they're not going to be able to run from their emotions. There's like a feminine spirit guide that is going to like initiate them into emotions and like reflecting what the Empress went through. Like all the nights spent crying, the turmoil, the stress, the emotions, the dreams, the random visions plaguing them. Like, they're going to have to go through all of that. But at the end of the day, they're going to be more balanced. Their masculine and their feminine is going to be very balanced, and their inner child is going to be healed. So I was not expecting that at all. But yeah, that's a very, very strong message for someone. And it's helping someone, just hearing this is helping someone to heal, because it's like, it's your whole experience reflected back to you. And it also showing you what's going to happen next. All right, so I hope that helps you to heal. I hope that helps you to move forward and just gives more clarity to your path and helps you to stick to what you naturally and intuitively feel like you're supposed to do. All right, loves, all the best, and I'll see you next time.